It's another match day, another game day, another exciting match with one of the best teams in Spain. I would say they are the third best team in Spain, Atletico de Madrid. It's always exciting when we play them. We know it's always going to be tense. Both teams are always going to give their all to make sure their teams come out on top. Even though in our recent games, we have always gotten the better of Atleti. It has not always been easy. We have had to fight for it, regardless of what the outcome might be. And I would say it's going to be exciting. Even though we know their marksman, Julian Alvarez, has been off mark recently, I don't rule it out that our club FC Barcelona are going to give him that confidence boost by handing him a goal. He has gone about 15 games without scoring in La Liga. So far, he has 7 goals in La Liga, 2 free kicks, 2 penalties, only 3 open play goals. I must say, for someone who is worth 100 million euros, or who is projected to be worth 100 million euros, that is a very poor return. And he's been rumored to be a target for us if Lewandowski isn't renewed. He's not only the most dangerous player. They have recently acquired the Nigerian striker and the former African best player, Ademola Lookman, who is from my country, and I know him very, very well. He is an extremely dangerous striker. He's fast, he's quick thinking, he's quick-footed, and he doesn't miss a lot of chances. So we have to be wary of that. Even though they have injury concerns in relevant places on the pitch, I think they are well stacked enough. They might be lacking in the depth, in the squad depth, but they are a powerful opponent. They are missing Soloth, who I think in the Mallorca game had a head injury, and he's been looked after as a precaution, so he's not going to play. They are going to miss Pablo Barrios, who I might say is the most underrated midfielder in the world currently. He's so good. He has been one of their top performers in that midfield spot, and I must say they missed him a lot in their last game against Real Betis. Even though they defeated Real Betis 5-0 in the Copa del Rey, in La Liga they lost 1-0 at home after trashing them 3 days ago 5-0 at their home at an away ground, La Cartuja. Even though La Cartuja is a temporary home for Real Betis because they are constructing their stadium, so it was quite baffling. But I would say the absence of Barrios contributed to their last loss in La Liga, because he has been an important piece for them in La Liga this season and everywhere. He'll be an important miss for them, and he's not something I think they'll be confident coming. I mean, they will always be confident they want to win games, but playing against FC Barcelona without your best midfielder is going to be difficult. They are also missing Johnny Cardoso, who was supposed to be the replacement for Rodrigo de Paul. I would say he has been an unsuccessful signing so far because he has been plagued with injuries all season long. They are also missing who is this again? Nico Gonzalez too, who was a signing from Juventus, a late signing in the summer from Juventus. I would say I've not watched a whole lot of Atletico, but aside from the game against Real Madrid, I think Nico hasn't been consistent, and he has only about 1 goal. We all know they've sold quite a good number of players they had purchased, and I know a lot of people say Atleti spends quite a lot, but they sell quite a lot, so there hasn't been stability with them. But regardless, they are going to be a very, very difficult opponent. And by the way, I also wanted to say it was Gallagher they sold that had me thinking who was the player. Yes, it was Gallagher. Gallagher never really cemented his place. He never felt really comfortable in Spanish football. So he was sold back to Tottenham. They were able to acquire Lookman, Rodrigo Mendoza, the Pedri 2.0 from Elche, who models his game after Pedri. He's a good signing. So they'll relatively be a good squad. And now discussions to my Barcelona, our FC Barcelona. I think we're going into this game confident. Even though the game against Mallorca wasn't perfect, we're able to get the job done, keep a clean sheet, score 3 goals. I know we always say we leave ourselves exposed at the back, but we are doing relatively well for what we have. And we're not losing lots and lots of games. We are not dropping points. Even though we are just 1 point ahead of Real Madrid, we are not really threatened. That is how good and how confident the squad seems to be. I would want us to discuss potential lineups. After discussing everything from the players on the Atleti side who will be threatening, we know Julian Alvarez, Ademola Lookman, Alex Baena. Kuki is going to try to pull the strings in the midfield. So it's going to be actually good. And over to Barcelona. We have quite a few injuries. It has been reported that Rafinha is a major doubt for the game against Atleti. The first leg at the Riyadh El Metropolitano. I would advise them not to risk him, and I know Hansi Flick is sensible enough not to risk Rafinha. We have more difficult games. Besides, it's the semi-finals and the Copa del Rey is two-legged. So the first leg might not actually be the determining fixture. So it will be sensible to rest him. We have players that can cover for him. Rashford can play there, Fermin can play there, Olmo can play there. Heck, even Rooney can play on the left if it has to come to that. So the sensible thing would be to rest Rafinha. He has been in and out of the squad this year with injuries. So well, good. Gavi, we all know, has started training with the ball, has started training on the pitch, and he's expected to be back by the end of the month. Pedri too is expected to be back by the end of the month, and Frenkie, who sat out the game against Mallorca, is expected to be back also. It's going to be an exciting game, I'm telling you. So aside, and Christensen, my bad, I almost left out Christensen. We relatively have almost everybody healthy, and I think they are well rested. I expect this game to be guns blazing. Atleti lost Real Betis at home. They wouldn't want to lose twice. And Real Betis was their first loss in about 12 games. And in that 12 games, their last loss came against FC Barcelona too. So we have always seemed to be the bane of Atleti for reasons. Even though the games are relatively tough, we end up they start guns are blazing. The game seems tough, but we then equalize and then pull back or pull ahead of them so far that if you don't watch the game, you might say they are not close, but they're actually close fixtures. So I want us to see potential lineups and how we're expected to line up. In goal, the ever present Juan Garcia, who I always say is the best goalkeeper in my opinion. Actually, these are games that Szczesny is supposed to be playing, but Szczesny doesn't mind sitting on the bench. He absolutely doesn't want to play except he has to. I've never seen something like that in my life, bro. Even though he came out of retirement, so he's just there in Barcelona as sort of like the big homie in the dressing room who gives advice to the young players and also sort of like a mentor to Juan Garcia as the more experienced goalie of the two. Ideally, if we had a younger and more hungry goalkeeper, I think this is the type of game that keeper would like to start, but for reasons best known to Chesney, and also when we have a goalie like Joan Garcia, I see no reason why Chesney, who is relatively not as good as him, to keep starting in a crucial game like this. So we know Joan Garcia will start. At left back, no other person than Alejandro Balde. He has been better. He has been relatively better. I know we have complained about our fullbacks, but he has been the best of the two fullbacks we have, our right and left fullback. At left centre back, I would Eric Garcia. He has made that place his own now, and I think I'm liking that. To partner him will be Bakubashi, the best defender we have in my opinion. At right back, I think even Flick is already sick of Kunde. I don't like to say sick because that is not how Flick will say it. But Kunde has become noticeably bad. And I know this because Flick has been flirting with the idea of playing Marc Casado, Marquis, who debuted there. He mentioned he could play at right back. So I know it's dawning on him that we need to do something about Kunde. He has been so poor. My God. It is so blatant now. It's almost like he doesn't care anymore. His mind will be on the his body will be on the pitch, but his mind isn't there because he doesn't give his full concentration. He doesn't give energy. He's being players glide past him easily. So I think we have to do something. On paper, he's the most balanced right back we have, but it is not showing this season. I don't know what the hell is wrong with him. Maybe he's tired, maybe he's fatigued and he needs rest. But if Flick should start Cancelo at right back, I won't be surprised. But based on the trends we have seen, Kunde will start there. I think Marc Bernal will be rewarded for his good second half performance and the goal he scored. Flick seems to be alternating between Marc Bernal and Marc Casado since Pedri went out on injury. Marc Casado started the last game, so I'm expecting Marc Bernal to start. But if I should see Marc Casado, I won't be surprised. Frankie sat out against Mallorca, so I expect him to start this game from the start. So Frankie will partner Marc Bernal. But also recently, Flick has had a change in tactics of some sort, where we now play 4-3-3 instead of 4-2-3-1, where Marc Casado or Marc Bernal be the lone DM, and then we have two attacking midfielders in Olmo and Fermin. I don't know if that is a tactical switch or an adaptation of the fact that Pedri has been missing for some time, but it has been working. Heck, maybe he might do it. Heck, why not? So I think since he has done it, it will be naive of us to think he won't do it again. So I think Frankie goes there, and then Olmo. Olmo has been in his creative bag. He's assisted in almost every game he has started since Pedri went out. So Fermin Lopez, yes. So this is how we line up 4-3-3 with Frankie as the lone DM and Fermin and Olmo attacking. At left, we all know who is there. Rashford. I expect Ferran to strike. Ferran also, for some reason, he's always good against Atleti. He has scored them in the last 3 games he has played them that I can remember. So I expect him to start, and we all know who is starting at the right. I mean, the right is basically Lamins. Lamin. So if how we've lined up in the previous games tell us anything, this is how I think Flick is going to line up. Jean Garcia in goal, Balde, Eric, Pau, Kubarsi. I think I have doubts, but it's not that big a doubt. If I see Cancelo there, I won't be surprised, but I expect Jules Koundé to start. Olmo, Frankie, Fermin, Rashford, Ferran, and Lamin. This is how I expect us to start. Also, I'm not reading too much into the Alvarez gold routes stuff because I know it's almost certain that I think he will score us. This is not me being pessimistic. This is how our club has shown themselves to us and to the world. Whenever a striker is on drought, they face FC Barcelona, we give them a go. We've done it with William Delap. We've done it with Vinicius. We've done it with there's this Slavia Prague striker that was on a long drought, and then we gifted him. We've had a couple of players break their drought against us. So it's not me jinxing it. Hopefully he doesn't do it, but come on. With how we play, it will be no surprise if Julian Alvarez is on the score sheet tomorrow. We have to just give our all. My predictions. It's going to be a difficult game. I would say a draw would be a good result, but we all know Barca don't play for draws, regardless of what the game or situation is. And I don't think we are coming into this game to lose, because losing seems to be an extreme case, except we play so badly, except maybe we run out of luck in front of goal. But I think the most likely outcome for us is a victory. I think the percentage of a victory, probability of a victory, is higher than that of a draw. So I expect this to be a 3-1 win from us, a 3-1 win for FC Barcelona. But honestly, a draw wouldn't be the end of the world, but I expect us to win this game, and I predict us to win this game 3-1. Please like this video and subscribe to Barca Manager. I'll leave you saying Vizca el Barça.